What up traders, it's your boy Martin, and today I'm going to show you guys how you can be looking for entry points in the market. So simple and easy 1 to 3 steps. So first we got CAD yen, right? Basically what we're seeing is that price is trending higher, which means we can see price is actually moving towards the upside, which means we have a series of higher highs and higher lows. So you can clearly see every time we break past the previous high, right, we are moving higher and we are retesting. So we broke structure right there, and then you can see clearly once we broke structure, we retest and then move higher, retest and move higher again. So as I always say to people, especially new traders, don't try and go against the trend. You want to follow the trend, which means you want to follow the top traders, if that makes sense. So you want to follow the big boys who are actually moving the market. Bear in mind, we are just retail traders in the industry. We are just trying to make a living, you know what I mean? So you want to follow the top traders. So simple 1 to 3 step guide. So you already understand that the current market is actually trending higher, which means we are in an uptrend. So how we're going to look for entry points on this, I'm going to show you guys very simple and easy basic scenario. So trending market, right? We have our supported trend line, right? And you can see price is pushing higher, retested. So if you move back to your lower time frame now, you can see how this makes much sense. This is why you need to understand your technical analysis, your candlestick analysis, and what type of candlesticks you will be looking for, and so on, right? So bear in mind, this is our daily, right? This is our daily high candlestick that actually closed, which was today. So I'm going to mark this because this will become important, you know, when we move down to the lower time frame. So let's just mark this area and you guys can actually see. So boom, we already marked that with the trend line. So let's drop back to our 4-hourly time frame now. So now we are currently on our 4-hourly time frame, right? You can see where we have some resistance area can now become supported area. So let's highlight that as well, because that's very important in this scenario. So if you move lower, right, on our 4-hourly time frame, right, which is this area right there, we can see that was our previous daily candlestick close. You can clearly see, right, price have fall off, and what happened, we actually broke structure. So this is me understanding price movement, also known as price action, you know. So you need to understand, you know, and have a better idea of what's actually going on in the market before you look for your entry point. So one, with this, right, I already know I'm in an uptrend, so which means we are trending higher, right? So I already understand that we are actually trending higher. Two, right, the Bank of Japan, which is a JPY index, is actually showing that the Japanese yen is actually weak. So in this scenario, you got the base currency, which is a Canadian dollar, right, which is actually stronger than the Japanese yen. So with this scenario, you should be looking to actually buy JPY. But however, we had some fundamentals yesterday and today, you know, which actually shows that the Bank of Japan is looking to possibly, you know, bring ease rates and bring it back a bit higher. So which means you're gonna see the pay go the opposite, because you're trading the Canadian dollar against the yen, not the yen against the Canadian dollar. You know what I mean? So simple, you know, scenario like that you need to understand in the market before you go about taking entry points and stuff. And you don't want to be the aggressive trader, you know what I mean? So take your time when you're doing things. Make sure you're on point with what you are actually doing. Patience is a key with this trading, you know. So you want to be that way. You want to make sure that you're actually patient with the market, right? So I already marked my structures that I'm currently looking at. So I already marked my daily structure where I had my last daily bar open, right? So we actually broke structure, which is this, right? You can see clearly, right? We normally call this change of characteristic, right? So once we already have this change of characteristic, what I will normally do is pull my Fibonacci. So I'll pull my Fibonacci from this daily high, this daily opening candle, to my daily candlestick close. So you can see right there we got point. So you can call it, you can say point A, you know, to point B, right? So it's like an ABC pattern. So you got A and then you got B. So now what we normally wait for is a retracement before we head lower, right? So where are we gonna be looking for a retracement? What I'll do, I'll drop to my lower time frame, like my hourly. So now I'm currently on my hourly time frame. You can clearly see, right, we can move back into any one of these areas. So we can either move back into our 23, but however, my first entry point before we actually head lower on my Fibonacci is always my 38.20. That will be my number one entry point. However, the market doesn't always have to respect the 38.20, but that's where I like to enter, first. If price doesn't respect my 38.20, what I will normally do is wait to see how price react to my 50%. Depends, on the momentum. If I see the momentum looks a bit aggressive or a bit strong, I'll be looking at my 61.80 to see how price actually react around these areas. So these are my levels that I'll be looking for my entry point. So my first entry is my 38.20, and my second is my 50, and my third is my 61.80. My stop loss area is my 78.60%. So within CAD yen in this scenario, what I'll be looking for is for price to show us something similar like this. So we want to see price potentially move back. Sorry, let me just draw that over for you guys. So I want to see price actually move something like this and potentially give us like maybe a bearish flag pattern, before we even head lower, and then we can look for price to actually go towards the downside. So something similar to this is what I will be potentially be looking for on CAD JPY to actually form before we actually head lower. And as I said before, my stop loss would potentially be, my stop loss would be at my 78.60. My first entry point normally be my 38.20 or my 50% retracement. Where I set my take profits, so if I get my first entry at my 50%, right, it depends. So this is how you set your entry points, your take profit. So take profit 1, if I enter at my 61.80, will be my 50%. Take profit 2 will be my 38.20. Take profit 3 will be my 23.60, and my overall take profit will be my -27. However, if we enter at this 50%, I'll be targeting my 38.20 for my TP1, TP2 23, and then TP3 can be my 0.0%. Remember, you just want to catch that move in the market. You don't want to catch you don't want to be looking to catch a big massive move. Yes, you can, but the thing is, you're trying to grow your trading account to a certain amount of capital so you can become, that one to be holding these trades for so long. Nobody said nothing is wrong with swing trading, but if the market gives you as an individual, especially beginners, a certain amount of profit and you're happy, close. You're building, you're compounding. So as you compound, it's actually going higher. So you're building your account. So with that way, you need to start looking at the market instead of start looking at 200-300 pips. Simple. Day traders can look for 30-20 pips per day, and that's it. The only difference, and what you guys as beginners need to understand, the difference with a lot of these traders is that they already been through your stage. So we are currently at a stage and where we can actually hold trades for much longer, because one, we have that capital that we can actually hold balance, so we have the balance that we can actually hold for the trade to actually run. You guys don't. So if you have a $500 account and it goes minus £300 or whatever, you're gonna start crying and get emotional, and that's where it's gonna mess with your psychology. That doesn't mean you're set up or wrong. The market is just retracing. We all know what the market is like. So quick update on how you can look for entry points, and I hope this helped you guys. Quick, short, sweet video, and I hope it helped you guys. See you guys on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.